guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's flow is slightly different. This is just a gentle grounding practice, and it's a short little flow just to use whenever you're feeling a little bit stressed or whenever you're feeling like life is just a little bit overwhelming, which happens to all of us, so don't worry if you are feeling like that right now. But this flow is really just small somatic movements just to allow us to really get into our physical body and out of our heads, and also just really a way of calming the nervous system down and bringing us into the present moment. So take a moment just to get yourself set up. You can sit in a seated position, on a block, on a chair, whatever you need to, just for a moment to close down the eyes. So take a moment to take a breath in and a slow breath out. Notice how you're feeling. So maybe take that body scan from your head all the way down to your toes, just checking in. Becoming aware of sensation around you, maybe the weight of your body on the floor, maybe the clothes against your skin, maybe the breeze if you're outside or have a window open. Just gently noticing. And really our yoga practice is a practice of noticing, of being aware of small sensations, of thoughts, of breath, of our environment, and really bringing ourselves into the present moment. And so sometimes when we've got lots of stuff to do, it can feel overwhelming if our to-do list just seems never ending and it seems to grow. Or maybe there's something else going on in life where it's making us feel a little bit anxious. Either way, now that we're in this space, this is your time, this is your practice today. And so let's just start by lifting the shoulders up towards the ears as you inhale. Exhale, rolling them back down. Lovely. Take a moment again just to notice. We're just going to take a little sway from side to side in the spine. Maybe even a sway back and forth. And you might even turn it into a circle. But just gently easing your way into your physical body. And if the mind wanders off and we start to think about other things, again, don't worry. You can even think about the mind and thoughts as a train coming into a train station, and each thought is that train. But we don't need to board the train, we can just watch them as they pass. And the same with our thoughts. We can allow them to come in, but we can also just let them go. We don't need to hold on to them, we don't need to figure them out right now. This time that you've carved out today to be here is your time. To be present with yourself, to be present with your body. So just gentle movements. You might even start to get the shoulders involved, maybe lifting them both at the same time or at one time, one after another. Then you might start to get the head involved too, rolling the head around in circles or semicircles. And just noticing how that feels in your body. And also there's no right or wrong way to feel right now. Sometimes this can feel really good. Sometimes it can feel a bit frustrating if we feel like we're still in our head and we can't get into it as much. But I just want you to observe those thoughts and those feelings, those sensations without any judgment at all. So don't worry about trying to feel a certain way. There's no right or wrong way to feel. We're just allowing ourselves to become the observer. Then see if you can find your way back to stillness. And let's take a nice big deep breath in. Sigh it out, let it go. We can open the eyes with a nice soft gaze. From here, let's take both arms up towards the sky. Nice big stretch. And then exhale, bring those hands down. Let's bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, roll the shoulders away. Can you lift through the chest? Take a nice big deep breath in. And a big deep breath out. Well done. We're going to slowly release as you come forwards. Let's just roll into your tabletop position. So hands on the floor underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're just going to open up through the spine. So as you inhale, we're looking up towards the sky. Exhale, we're rounding the spine, dropping the head. And let's keep going with that. And I want you to notice how slow this movement is. See if you can sync this movement to your breath. So taking the full length of the inhale as you come all the way up, and then the full length of the exhale as you roll all the way back down. And keep going while I tie my hair up because it keeps falling in my face. Keep going with that movement, breathing into the body. And then from here, you can either stick with this linear movement or you can begin to move around in any way you like. So taking a little bit of free movement here, and that might mean circling through the spine, it might mean taking a little S shape, it might mean pushing back towards a child's pose, or even pushing forwards towards more of a back bend. But again, there's no right or wrong way to move here. And see if you can close down the eyes, so focusing on the sensation of the body more than what it looks like. Just finding that gentle movement. And again, syncing with your breath. Good, nice. Now, from here, come back to a nice neutral spine. We're going to take a few little movements to help us sync with our breath a bit more. So as you inhale, we're going to look up towards the sky, drop the belly down. As you exhale, round the spine, but this time push back towards a child's pose. As you inhale, you're going to come forwards, arch the spine as you look up. Exhale, round, push back, child's pose. Let's do that 2 more times. So inhale, arch and lift. Exhale, push back and round. Lovely. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back into that child's pose and just pausing there. Notice how your body feels. And I really invite you to keep your eyes closed for this practice if that feels good, because we're just going to be taking small little movements. And I want you to see if you can really allow yourself to sink into that physical body, that physical sensation. Good. From here, slowly come forward. You're going to lie onto your belly. So take your time to get there. Fingertips out to the sides of your mat, elbows up to the sky. Inhale, you're going to slowly lift the chest. Head is the last thing that lifts. Exhale to peel back down. Again, move with your breath. So even if that means you're slower or faster than me, moving at a pace that feels good for you. Good, nice. Let's do 2 or 3 more. Again, just taking it slow, and you don't even have to come up super high. Just come up to the point where it feels good in your body, so we don't want to overstretch. Good, nice. Lovely. Amazing. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly roll back down in your own time. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and press it back up into that tabletop position. Good, nice. Now we're going to tuck your toes under. Let's lift into your downward facing dog. And we're just going to take a few spinal waves from here. So let's come up onto your tiptoes. Round your spine as you come forwards. Exhale, bend and arch the spine as you push back. 2 more like that. Inhale, round as you come forwards. Exhale, bend and push back. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Coming into that downward facing dog and just pausing there for a few breaths. You can have a little soft bend in your knees. Think about pushing your chest back towards your thighs, sinking the heels down towards the ground. 1 more breath in. 1 more breath out. Lovely. Come up onto those tiptoes. We're going to walk your hands back towards your feet this time. So you're at the back of your mat in your forward fold. And let's take a few halfway lifts. So inhale, come up halfway. You can either have your hands on the floor or on your shins. Exhale, fold back down. A few more like that. Inhale, coming up. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, back down. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Amazing. Well done. We're going to walk it all the way back out into that high plank and then drop those knees down. Let's take your right foot on the outside edge of your right hand and we're going to turn your foot slightly out to the right hand side. And we're going to take some circles into your hips. So I want you to lean forwards, lean over to the right hand side and then push back. Now you can adjust that foot, move it into a position that feels comfortable for you, but just taking little circles and again syncing that movement to your breath. So maybe inhaling as you come forwards, exhaling as you push back. Let's do 2 more in that direction. Good, nice. Last one. And then switch directions, so roll the other way, maybe pushing forwards and around. And you can take big circles, you can take little circles. Feels different for everyone, so see what works for you in your body. Good, nice. Wonderful. And then come back, we're going to step that foot all the way back behind us. Let's take your left foot to the outside edge of your left hand, turn your toes out to the left slightly, and again start with those circles. It might feel really different on one side than it does on the other. See if you can take this movement nice and slow, so we don't want to rush this movement at all. See if you can take the full length of your breath to circle those hips around. Good, nice. One more in this direction. And then let's switch directions, rolling around the other way. Good, lovely. And again, don't worry about too much what this looks like. One more. Beautiful. Step that leg all the way back. Take a little child's pose here. Drop the head down. Take a moment to pause. How does stillness feel after that movement? Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out, let it go. Beautiful. Let's come all the way up to a seated position once more. And you can either take this cross-legged or just a comfortable seat, but again, I just want you to notice how your body feels after just that little bit of movement. Sometimes all we need is a little wiggle to get ourselves out of our minds and into our bodies. And so again, we might just start to sway side to side, maybe leaning forwards or backwards, just to bring ourselves back into that sensation. And then gently finding stillness, taking a moment here. Before we end this class, can we just take a moment to observe? Observe the breath, observe the body, observe how you feel after being present with the breath and the body. And let's end with a few rounds of breath here. Let's take a nice big deep breath in and a slow soft breath out. One more like that, deep breath in and a slow soft breath out. And then when you feel ready, just place both hands onto your heart for a moment. See if you can send some love to yourself, feeling grateful for your body for taking you through that very gentle little flow today. Grateful for moving and remembering that every movement counts. Every time you show up on your mat, it counts, even if it's 30 seconds, 5 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever your practice is. You've shown up for yourself today, you've done something good for your body and for your mind. So be kind to yourself. Be as kind to yourself as you would be to others. Bring your hands together, take a moment. And then let's slowly bow the head down towards the hands. Namaste. Thank you guys for taking part in that little short and sweet class for me. Sometimes all we really need is a little bit of movement and wiggle just to have a little reset. So you can use this practice whenever you need to, just to get on the mat and just to do something. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you all again soon.